Hey, that's Marie from beautiful Aotearoa, New Zealand, which is to say good morning from beautiful New Zealand. Even though it's quite cloudy and windy out there, it's still a beautiful country. If it's not morning where you are, kia ora, which is to say hello. I am Career Break Guy, taking a break from corporate life, and today is TTRPG Thursday. No stream yesterday because I had to go to a physio. Turns out when you get older, your arms don't work. Something some people get to look forward to. Anyway, so TTRPG Thursday, and we're going to pick up on the City of Gold solo adventure for Free League's Forbidden Lands. TTRPG. We've been playing it for the last couple of sessions. We've got our adventurer called Orvold, who's an Elderlander rider with his horse Fern. He's picked up some companions. We've got the Ulrich, the druid, Gemma, the ranger, and Halfdor, the fighter. Last time they're off in search of the City of Gold. They had to find a magical Staff of Xigesh, which would show them the way to this realm. Unfortunately, some saurians, the lizard folk, had them, and the party found them in the swamp. The lizard folk refused to give up the staff, and a fight ensued, which thankfully we were victorious. And a vision appeared to Orvald, who, you know what, let's give him some character art so you guys have something to look forward to, or look at. Good old Orvald and Fern, beautiful. Yeah, so he had a vision of someone working in a tavern with a little shard of this staff around their neck on a necklace, and he realized that it was Layla, who was at the Barnacle and Clam, the inn where everything starts, because every role-playing game seems to start in an inn, and this one is no exception, it turns out. So anyway, the party, having finished, or not finished off, but taken the fight out of the Saurians, taken the staff and sent them on their way, is now returning to the Barnacle and Clam to speak to Layla and hopefully get this shard of the staff. But I think first of all what they're going to do is they're going to sleep throughout the night because, quite frankly, they got quite beat up. What I should have done is double check resting in this book, because combat and damage, healing, yeah, they're going to sleep through the night to try and, well, not be so dead tomorrow. Poor old Vulgar took a lot of damage in the fight. Kirigra recovery, fastest way, rolling for healing. Nope. Yeah, by the way, we're just going to kind of kick off. Sing out if you have any questions. Or if you have any questions about taking a career break. Because you deserve a break. Sometimes not from your job entirely and from employment, but, you know, we'll take what we can get. No one helps you. No, further recovery. Once back on your feet, you're resting. Sweet. So there's absolutely resting for a quarter day. Journeys, resting. Quarter days, resting, rest. Right, so I'm going to say resting by campfire is a good opportunity to recover from damage, so they're going to be doing that, except it's not by campfire, it's actually at an inn, and they're going to sleep as well, so they're not going to be tired. So just go back here, where was that? That was resting, recovery, further recovery. Remain all lost attribute points, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so they're going to heal up completely, and that's great, because, as I say, Wolfgar, he got the snot kicked out of him, quite frankly. Oh, sorry, Halfdor, not Wolfgar. Halfdor lost 3 points of health, which is not a great way to start a day. Good way to start the day, though, is a cup of coffee. Pro tip that I follow is if you're ever working with a recruiter through a recruitment agency, I don't trust them unless they're drinking coffee. They don't have to be drinking a coffee in the meeting that you're having, but they do need to be drinking coffee. Because I appreciate they have lots of meetings in a day sometimes, and if they drank coffee for every single one of them, they would simply have a heart attack. Anyway, so we're going to say everyone slept through the night peacefully, we get our health back. Oh, I forgot that Orvold was almost dead as well. Oh, actually there's a rest button. Let's just hit rest. Does that do the same thing? We'll try it with health though. Rest. Oh, bless. Yeah, so I was randomly seeing who the Saurians were attacking last time, and it just always was rolling on Halfter. The poor guy just is a magnet for people trying to beat the crap out of him. And hopefully the music today is not too loud. I've been having some issues trying to get the balance right. Righty-di though, so they've headed back to the Barnacle and Clam, and they're playing it cool. They are not letting on to Layla that they know something is up yet. They're just going back. So I'm just going to read some of this description here, and we'll see how we play it out, because they want to get this rest in before they carry on. So the vision was clear. Layla has a missing piece of the staff. You can feel the staff in your soul as it guides you towards the Barnacle and Clam, but how will you deal with her? She'll most probably not hand it over just like that. And what if there are patrons at the inn? This requires some planning. Again, they're just going to play it really cool. Ignore this driving force from the staff, and they want to recuperate. They don't want to just go in half-cocked and bleeding all over the show. So scouting the inn, you notice there are no patrons except for Layla. Win. Not for business. This is going to be Wellington after all the public servants are fired due to the current government. But the mayor's going to talk to them about that. Good luck. As an ex-public servant, I question how wise a move this is, but also I don't want to get too much into politics. As a remuneration and recruiter, though, I imagine the market is going to be flooded soon with very qualified people that the private sector might really benefit from. But we will have a greatly diminished public service, which does not benefit anyone. Anyway, so Scout, where was I? Even the old man has left. This was the old drunk guy, not drunk guy, the old guy who was sitting outside begging for money. Go back a couple episodes, it's on YouTube. YouTube.com /@careerbreakguy. Anyway, if you enter to speak to her, she's welcoming to ask you about your adventures. She's especially interested in the status of the lizard folk, as she calls them. The correct name is Saurian. She'll give you food and water if you tell her a delightful story. So what we'll say is that, yes, we went and we did deal with those Saurians, we'll use the correct term, and let her know that we have driven them from that space. Should be a bit better then. So the upper floor of the inn has rooms to sleep, and they're all locked, and there are 4 of them in total. Each room has 2 simple beds with simple footlockers next to them. The back room of the inn is a kitchen, and next to it is the bedroom of Layla. The door is closed, and she watches it properly. Entering might make her upset. So what we're going to do, once you acquire the shard, okay, so more or less this scene wants us to get the shard somehow, or potentially just take off to some other thing. So let me just have a little think about this. As I say, I think what's going to happen is they're going to sleep throughout the night, so they're going to wake up in the morning. We're just going to assume that there's still no patrons in here. Very quiet. Maybe it's a Thursday morning. I hear things are quiet on a Thursday morning. So yeah, we will just, we're having our breakfast and chatting away, and then Orvold is just going to subtly drop into the conversation. They haven't mentioned the staff, but he's just going to mention, I hadn't seen your necklace before. That's really interesting. What is that? If you ask her about her necklace, she fiddles with it and becomes distraught. There's a comma there. She does not really want to talk about it. But he's going to say, well, would you mind if I have a look? I'm not from this area, and our jewelry is different. Ours is made of more traditional items that you'd find around more earthy rather than necessarily rocks, although as he says it, and as I say it, I realise how dumb that is, because rocks are of the earth, they're quite natural. But he'll ask to have a look, and if you ask to have a close look, she stares at you for a while and removes it from her neck. So she just gingerly takes it off, and does she actually hand it to him? You ask her to hand you the shard, and without any thought, she removes the necklace. She looks at it in her hands, and she whispers under her breath, "I remember now." A sonic boom hits your eardrums like a fist to the face as if thunder struck the room. Eh? You shut your eyes and cover your ears, and as you shake the pain away, Layla has changed. I am glad that we slept. Honestly, start the day with a cup of coffee and a good sleep, as it turns out. Although I'm also a parent, so good sleep is hard to come by. Look at 32. With the blink of an eye, Layla has transformed into a horrible ghost with snakes as hair. Oh, gotta brush that out. Roll for lore to see if you can understand what she is and how to protect yourself. For each success, randomly select one of her monster attacks to deal half damage against you. You cannot select the same attack twice. Okay, so let's roll lore, I guess. I'm just gonna roll with Otterwald. I imagine that one of these other people has better lore. I thought it would be Ulfric, actually, being the druid. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. So Otterwald is going to roll for lore in this moment where, you know, boom, and he opens his eyes, and all of a sudden there's this ghostly woman with snake-like hair. 3 dice. I don't expect this to work very well, but looking for 6s. No, 2 fails. Oh, and I tell you what, I will get this chat log out so we can all see what's going on. So 2 fails. He's not pushing the roll, which would do damage to him, because that would really screw him over. So he's just not going to know what in the dilly is happening here. But it looks like we have to go to 26 because she's attacking. I think. Turn to 26. Okay. I'll turn to page 26. Okay. Oh, there's a gruesome photo. I wish I could show you. So as the shard is removed from her hair, she transforms into one of the most horrific creatures the legends spoke of, covered in mist and snakes. Fighting her is dangerous, but you need the shard. She's gripping it in her right hand. She fights for her life to protect the shard. Okay. There's more to this than I thought. So what I'll do is, I guess I will, can I set up a creature really quick? Actors, create actor and city, monster, city of gold, let's call it, well, this is the Banshee. So spoiler for us, the viewer, we know what she is. Strength is 8, agility is... So here's the thing about doing a solo role-playing. You will find out things because you're the game master and the player at the same time. There's just some things that you will know, and you just need to put in that little line between yourself. It's like being in human resources, actually. Because there's lots of things we find out and we just really can't talk about. So, as a ghost, notes, maybe let's put some notes in. Add, can I just copy these? That'd be really useful. So she's got a petrifying gaze. Any creature that looks at her must spend, will begin to turn to stone. Adventurers must spend 1 short action to engage from behind or choose to fight with their eyes closed or averted. Treat as darkness. Adventurers who do not close their eyes must roll endurance against the attack with 6 base dice. Attack. Damage is taken to agility. If broken by this, the victim is permanently turned to stone. That sucks. Also, as it turns out, she is a ghost. It takes half damage from non-magical attacks, which is pretty much everything we have. Let's save that. Combat. Attacks. So she's got a few attacks here. She has got black arrows. The Black Adder. Does anyone remember that show from Rowan Atkinson? I loved it, I have to say. Black arrows. Base dice. 8 base. Wow, 8 base dice with 1 damage of stab. And let's just throw the description in here. The mist surrounding the Banshee takes shape into a dozen small arrows and shoots 1 target. 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 One target from a far distance. Roll an attack with 8 base and weapon damage 1. Can be parried with a shield. Great. There's actually 6 attacks, because in this game they just hit the monsters. It's kind of like Dragonbane, if you caught my stream where I played Dragonbane. And also I will be returning to it because what a great game. In fact, I read somewhere someone was saying that they were going through some D&D campaigns, but they were doing it with arm's length. They were doing it with the Dragonbane rules. I think I read that they were playing Rime of the Frost Maiden, which I do own, mainly because I thought that book had really amazing cover art. So they're playing Rime of the Frost Maiden, except using the Dragonbane rule, and I might give that a go. They also suggested that there's a book that would be quite useful called Far? What is Far? Say long. Yeah, a book called DM Yourself. I forget the name of the author, but it's available on Drive-Thru RPG, and it just talks about how you can play D&D pre-made campaigns solo, which is really useful. This is arm's length as well. This is a... doesn't really say. And so that might be quite interesting. I've got a few campaign books, because I used to buy a bunch of D&D books before I realised that I kind of liked some other systems instead. So this would... Did I... Yep. It'll allow me to use some of these ones, because otherwise I think I'd just have to get rid of them. Vocal Blast. See, I didn't realise that she would do this, because otherwise I could have set this up off screen. It's not too long to do though, and also gives you an idea of what you might want to do if you were playing this solo with a VTT. And speaking of the VTT, thank you very much to Free League Publishing for sending me a copy of the Forbidden Lands VTT to use with Foundry. So I bought Foundry, but I got sent the code for I got sent the code for Forbidden Lands on here, and I very much appreciate them. Also, they just make great games. I just find them fun. Blades of the Serpent. Like, unsurprisingly, a lot of people I talk to, I'm like, oh, I quite enjoy games from Free League. And, you know, I have been sent some stuff. But the thing is, I was buying their products anyway. So yes, I play the games, but I own the games. I'm playing them because I like them. It's not just because they got sent to me. I would play them even if I had nothing from them, except for them publishing games. Anyway, that's a big... Wow, okay, this is a big wall of text, and let me just grab this and see where I need to actually throw this in. So, until this attack's next initiative, the Banshee wails. All creatures within near range, which is going to be my whole party, must spend a short action during their initiative roll. Initiative and roll opposed insight as the whale wails 8 base dice, and 1 damage. Edit. Passing the roll makes the creature sick, giving it a -2 modifier on all strength. Oh, that's not good for D3 rounds. Failing the roll, the creature also takes the attack damage on strength. If the Banshee is attacked during the wail, she must succeed with a wits roll or lose the wail. Okay, so if she starts wailing, stab her. Alright, there we go. So we've got this. Now we've got this actor, City of Gold, Banshee, throw on the map. Again, what I'm going to do is I am going to put all 5 of us in combat. I'm going to give each of our my friends their own little turn. Often you can just bind people together if they're NPCs, but I'm going to give them all individual ones because they are like party members. It's like having 4 people here. It's just I happen to run them all, as well as anyone who's not my party. So right, let's roll. Begin combat. Of course, the Banshee goes first. So she is going to. We're going to D6 her attacks. Combat, and we're just going to. Can I roll it there? In my head that worked. Oh, attacks. Here we go. So Monster Bite. Snakes and Banshee's hair grow in length as they reach for an enemy within arm's length and bite her. I'm going to say Orvold was within arm's length because he was, you know, receiving the necklace. The other 3 are there, but I think he's the closest. It makes sense. Roll and attack with 5 base dice, weapon damage slash. So 2 attacks for 2 damage. If the attack hits, roll for paralyzing poison with potency 4. So first of all, he's going to see if he can evade this. Because the poor guy hasn't got his weapons out. No one was expecting a fight, so he's just going to try and evade. Roll, trying to get more than 2 successes. 1 success. Okay, so 1 damage. And this damage goes to, I guess it just goes to his strength. And he has to roll against a paralyzing potency 4 poison. I believe I just roll 4d6. Looking for 6s? Oh, 2 6s. Okay, so you can see there, 2 6s. I'm not gonna lie, forgot exactly how poisons work, so let's just have a quick look-see. Damage, is combat damage in here? Poison? Conditions, poison and disease. Okay. I was talking to, was it Brad from Fate of Eisen, and he was saying about how the poison is like a really common thing inside of Free League games. They've got it in Dragonbane. We were playing Alien TTRPG over on Getting Dicey. Getting Dicey, or twitch.tv/Getting Dicey. And someone got poison as in that as well. So, measured by potency. This is a, what do we say it was? It was a paralyzing poison. If you ingest the poison in some manner, yep, roll an opposed thing against the GM, they roll base dice equal to that, I roll endurance. If the poison wins, you suffer the full effect. If you win, you only suffer minimal effect. So, we decided that there was... Oh, another advert! Oh gosh, YouTube. I've got just YouTube music going in the background, so I'm just going to try and... Do I have a way of muting that? Maybe I need to put a mute button onto my stream. Are we done? Thank you. Right, so he's going to roll his endurance. Endurance. To see, he needs to get at least 2 successes. Oh, he's never going to do this, is he? Sleeping Fizz. Why would that help right now? Come on, 2 successes! No successes. Okay, so... He's not going to... Oh, is he going to push it? Yeah, he's going to push it. So what this means is if he gets 1, he's actually going to start taking damage. But hopefully he gets 6s. Okay, he gets 1 6. But he also gets 1 damage for the pushed roll. And unfortunately that goes against his strength. So now his strength is down 2. And he still takes the full effect of the poison, which means he is paralyzed. And we decided that paralyze meant that... down, combat damage, poison, full effects of a thing, 1 point of damage to agility each round until you're broken. Ugh. Okay, so let's take 1 point of agility damage. Gutting. Poor old Orvold. Right, well up next we're going to have Ulfric. Ulfric is going to take his free action to ready his weapon. which in this case is going to be his staff. And then, is it the petrifying gaze? Short action. So he's not actually going to take an action. He's got to take one action to ready his weapon, and then he's kind of averting his eyes. And we'll just quickly look at the rules for fighting in darkness, because that's going to come into effect in just a moment. Fighting, page 112, combat and damage, combat, darkness, lines of sight. Nope. Search page, dark. No, of course not. Page 112 of the book. Where's the modifier for darkness? Changing the initiative, surprise. Probably should have done them as surprise. Darkness! Thank you, game. Complete vision, You roll move. Wait. When you try to run, you roll move. You can attack opponents at arm length in darkness, but you must first scout. Okay, so you scout and then you attack. But he doesn't have the short action to do it. So, right. Easy. Easy peasy. So up next is Gemma. Gemma is going to pull out her dagger because it's dark, so she can't see either. And so she's pretty much doing the same thing. Orvold is going to take a point of agility. Is this when he takes a point of agility? Yeah, on your turn. So he takes his point of agility, which I took earlier. He is also going to draw weapons. He's going to draw his short spear and hope that he survives a few more rounds. Halfter is going to do the same. Except Halfter is pulling out his, I believe he's got a giant great sword. Yeah, short sword. Awesome, next round, the Banshee. The Banshee is going to combat. This might be the end of the party already. Monster attack. Lays a hand on an adventurer within arm's length and grabs a hold of his heart. Roll an attack with 5 base dice. God, okay. So, truth be told, still probably Orvold. Just gonna kill my character here because he is the closest. The others haven't engaged yet. I'll say after this turn I'll start rolling randomly. But for this one, Orvold is going to try and dodge out of the way. Like his life depends on it, because quite frankly, it does. So let's roll his move. So I need to get at least 1 6. And he's going to push that because this is life and death. 6! Alright, he got it. It did do 1 point of damage to his agility. But it also means that he managed to wrench his arm away as this creature. He could maybe just hear the rustle or the feel the movement of the wind, and so managed to like dive out of the way in time that he doesn't get grabbed, and ultimately his heart stops. What a way to go. Ulfric is now ready to blindly swing his club. He can hear this combat over there, so he's going to swing away. And what do we decide? It's got to roll scout first to see whether he can figure out where this thing is. I'm just going to grab the sheets real quick. And good old Halfter. We might need you to carry the team here, Halfter. Anyway, Ulfric, so let's get your scout. See if you can tell where this creature even is. Nope. What do we decide happens if you can't tell where it is? Combat, damage, darkness. So I guess you can't do it? Okay, we'll just say he can't. He's swinging around, he has no idea where they are to actually do this attack. Gemma is also going to roll his scouting to see if she can figure out where this creature is as she blindly swings in the dark. Well, not the dark, but just not looking. Yes, absolutely, she does. She can tell, which means she's allowed to attack with her dagger, and she will roll this to hit. And fingers crossed you get some 6s. 4 6s! That's awesome. Let's see if the Banshee can evade this attack. Look at all these little tokens all over the show here. Main roll move. See if they can get out of the way. 2 successes. So 2 damage, but as mentioned, it only takes half damage. So that's unpleasant. We'll see how this goes then, shall we? Right, so pop the Banshee away for the moment, but they've used their free movement to dodge, which means Ottervold and Halfter won't have that issue. Of course, Ottervold's issue is that his agility is going down thanks to this paralysis poison, this paralysis attack, which is going to be rather awkward in a moment when he is broken. Alright, so he's going to... Oh wait, no, sorry, he has to roll his scouting first, doesn't he? So scouting to see if he can tell where this creature even is. Nope, no idea. Oh, poor Ottervold. I don't see you lasting long here, buddy. Halfter, scouting. We all know that there is a creature in there somewhere, but is it by luck that we can... Yes, through... Oh, no, actually, it's not luck with Halfter. This guy's a true professional. He probably fights with his eyes closed half the time. He's going to swing with a short sword, which I wish was magic, but really isn't. And he's a sword fighter, so he gets a bonus dice. Looking for lots of 6s. 4 6s. 1 1 1. Do I want to roll this? Like, he really... Oh, I take it back. There's 3 6s. He's going to... Oh, there was 4 6s. He might actually just push this. Because this is, you know, become life or death here. 7 successes. 1 1. So his strength is down a little bit. But... 7 damage, which we're going to half. I imagine half round up makes sense, because otherwise if someone did 1 damage, you would take no damage. So, half round up, going to give 4 damage to this Banshee. Look at all these little tokens everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to help. Hopefully. What do we got now? We have got... back to the Banshee. What is the Banshee going to do? First of all, I'll roll for the attack, because there was an attack that gets everyone. But if it targets a certain person, then we'll roll randomly to see who they target. I think that sounds fair. Alright, so the attack is Snake Bite. Banshee's hair grows in length as they reach for an enemy within arm's length and bite them. Roll an attack with 5-face dice. So it's got 1 attack. If the attack hits, paralyzing potion. Oh, this is what happened to Bloomin' Ottervold in the first place, isn't it? Okay, let's say... Oh, actually, it would make sense that they attack Ulfric. He is clearly the biggest problem here. So Ulfric, I'm going to give you a chance to evade, mate. You try and get out of the way of that. 6. Boom. Boom diggity. He manages to... hears the hissing of the snakes and just his warrior instinct as he dives out of the way. Gosh, are they going to make this? Are they going to survive? First of all, scouting. Let's see if Ulfric can tell where this thing is coming from. Yes, 1. Which means he's allowed to attack with his staff. I feel that NPCs need some willpower points, because otherwise they're never able to use any of their skills, and because they're NPCs and they don't push rolls, they would never gain... Oh wait, no, I just made him push his thing. Okay. I'm going to have to look into that, but I really do think they need some willpower that they can actually do stuff. I guess they're playing characters. Yeah, they're playing... If these 3 are effectively not NPCs, they are playing characters, because it's just me and my party. I should get some consistency on that. Right, anyway, we're going to say Gem is up. Gemma, can you find out where this creature is? All these things that want to try and kill us. We just wanted to have a look at a necklace. Nope, no idea. Nope, didn't mean to close that. Orvold, can you tell where this is? This thing that is attacking you from right next to you? Yes, he can. There is a creature here, a creature which needs spearing. Wow, he's got so few dice. And no, doesn't actually do anything. But now, the end of his turn, he's going to take another point to agility as his body is slowly freezing thanks to these spider bites. What a jerk. Halfdor, can you tell where this creature is? You can tell where the creature is. Do you know what you can do when you can tell where the creature is? You can try and stab it. Oh, plus one more dice for his sword fighter. Oh, that's enough. Let's see if the Banshee can dodge that though. Ooh, that's cool. Didn't realize that would happen. Banshee, main, move, roll, get 1/6 and you can dodge it. Nope, does not dodge, but it's just a weak blow. That said, the Banshee's only got 2 more health. Oh, we might see this through. Banshee. What does the Banshee do? Combat. Attack. Attack roll. Snake bite again. With 2 attacks. Again, Hofter's the only one that's actually hit her, so it would make sense that she's swinging at Hof. This guy, honestly, is just... I kind of make him the magnet because he's just the chonkiest guy. He's such a chonky boy. But anyway, let's roll. If we can get 2 successes, he can avoid the attack. Only 1. Ugh. So now he has to roll his endurance versus potency 4 poison, which 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll. The poison gets no successes. As long as he gets 1 success, he will only take half effect. Cool, he got 1 success. What is a half effect again? Poison, 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 poison. No, that's darkness. Damn it. No conditions, poison, disease. Half effect of a paralytic or limited effect. You take 1 point of damage to agility. Okay. So it's a one-off. But that was their turn. Ulfric now is going to see if he can figure out where his character sheet went. Scouting. I didn't expect this episode to be just a giant slogfest of combat again. But here we are. Gemma, can you tell where this creature is? There's hissing from snake-like hair. Orvold, please, someone figure out where this creature is so we can end this before Orvold gets completely paralyzed. Yes, okay. He knows, but can he do anything with his so few dice? No luck. And now he takes agility and he's broken. So you know what? Learn with me. Let's look at broken. What does that actually do? Broken. Until you're broken, damage and recovery, broken. When an attribute reaches 0, you're broken. That means you're put out of action one way or another. Exactly what that means depends on what's depleted. So agility, collapse from exhaustion, he can crawl and wheeze, he can't perform other actions for any other skill. So he's more or less just like, and his limbs are all seizing up and he's in trouble with this. So the fastest way to recover is for someone to treat you with healing. It's a slow action and cannot be performed with an enemy at arm's length. If the roll is successful, it will recover some points to the broken attribute. Okay, so let's just for a moment, these party here, just a little strangled gasp as he stops being able to move. Okay. So Halfdur is gonna push. He's a fighter. He fights. So first of all, he's gonna see if he can tell where this creature is. Absolutely can tell where it is. So let's see if he can actually hit it. And I really hope he can. No, look, I said they can push. I'm gonna push. Go, my friend. 3 attacks, and I don't think the Banshee has done its dodge this turn, so let's see if it can get out of the way. Move. Needs 3 successes to dodge this. 1, 2, 2. So it still takes 2 damage, which is 1 point of damage. The Banshee is going to attack. It's only got 3 other targets now, and I mean, Halfdoor still seems like the biggest problem. Well, let's see what attack it does, whether it does that group attack or not. Wail! That's the one I was worried about. So until this attack's next initiative, the Banshee wails. All creatures within near range, so all 3 of them, must spend a short action during the initiative and roll opposed insight versus the whale's 8 base dice and a weapon damage of 1. Passing the roll makes the creature sick, giving it -2 modifier on strength and agility. Oh, that's awful. Roll for failing the roll also takes damage on strength. This is really quite awful. Okay. So we're going to go with the turns. So on his turn, all creatures short action to make an opposed insight versus 8 dice. So we're just going to say that was the 2 successes. 1, 2. And we'll roll again against the 8 dice next time. Just this one was convenient. So he's got to roll insight, old frick. Insight, and this is his short action. Roll. Needs at least 2 successes. Let's push. 2 successes. Okay, so he got his 2 successes. Passing the roll makes the creature sick. -2 to his strength and agility base skills for D3 rounds. But what he's going to do is he's actually going to pull Orvold out of the way, and closing in on the gap at that point is Gemma. Now Gemma is going to... Oh, I need a short action so that I can not actually actually look at her. This is awkward. Okay, so she's got to take the short action of rolling her insight, wasn't it? Is this Gemma? Yep. Roll. She got 2 successes. Let's do the whales. 8 dice. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Yep, no successes. So she does beat it. She gets -2 on her actions. And what she's going to do is she is going to... Yeah, she's just going to attack. She's going to try and finish this, which means she's not working with it. Well, she's got the -2 to her agility, which is a shame, but she's not going to be fighting in darkness. So we're going to say modifier of -2. And we're going to roll. She gets 1. The Banshee's going to try and get out of the way of that. Only needs to get 1. None. Okay, so it takes 1 point of damage, and truth be told, so she just kind of opens her eyes and at that moment stabs out. Now she heard the wail, and as she sees, she can, out of the corner of her eye, she sees Ulfric pulling Orvold off to one side, and so she swings into the gap with her dagger, plunges it deep into the center of the wailing, and the noise dies suddenly. Now we're going to give, so we're going to say combat's over because, yeah, we killed the Banshee. I love this really peaceful fight music in the background. So the Banshee's dead, combat's over, and Halfdoor is going to try and treat Orvold. It'll take a moment just to try and not Hofdor. Ulfric is going to try and treat him. So what do we say? You have to roll healing, and then they get that much back into their stat. I don't think they can actually. I think that's going to work. Okay, so he is paralyzed at the moment. He is broken, in fact. But now the inn is clear, and I get to look at number 33 in this book. Okay, so what it is. As the Banshee fades away from existence, the shard drops to the ground with a strange echo. It begins to glow white as small tendrils shoot out from it, stretching in length towards the Staff of Xigesh, which is still probably on the back of poor old Orvold. Suddenly the shard merges with the orb in the staff. It appears as if the shard hid her true self. Was she wanted to transform from the city of gold that the legend spoke of? And why did she want you to get rid of the Saurians? You find yourself in a strange state of mind. The staff guides you the staff guides now guides you to the temple. This is what it says. The staff guides now guides you to the temple. That's probably just a typo. Or rather, the tower in the Saurian village. You have the staff, so all you need now is a way to open the gate. Return to new findings. So what they're actually going to do is they are going to rest again. They're going to take the morning off. They're going to go and raid the larder, eat some food, fix a breakfast, and just take the morning off to get better. That was quite a harrowing fight for them. I think old Hofdor took some damage, so he's going to enjoy that. A Banshee is gone. Dive, Banshee. Yes, that is awkward though now, isn't it? Because she wanted the Saurians. Maybe the Saurians were trying to keep the peace in there, maybe blocking off the entrance so things are going to come out. And by sending them on their way, we have inadvertently done something we probably didn't want to do. Oops. So we can make our way to the woods or the swamps. There's a path back to the home of the lizards, or perhaps you can visit the Saurian huts or jump to a tower. Now, truth be told, we haven't been to the tower. We don't know what that is. The Saurian huts. I mean, we just saw a vision of it, didn't we? Staff guides us to the temple, or rather the tower in the Saurian village. Okay, so once we've rested up and stocked up on provisions as well, we're just going to raid the larder. So I'm going to say let's roll a dice. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, all of them they've got enough water, but let's see how much food. Oh, it's an inn. Okay, we'll roll a dice. 1, 2, it's a d6 each. 3, 4, they get a d8 each. And 5, 6, they get a d10 of food each. Or they get to go up 3 effectively. So first of all, for Orvold, he gets to go up 1 set of food. The next person gets to go up 1 set of food. Oh, already rested. How many rests do you want? Yeah, you go up 1 food. That's D10, and your water goes up to full. For Gemma, her food goes up by 2. Water goes to full. And old Hofdor goes up by 3. 1, 2, and so he's like, oh, sorry, I grabbed some of the provisions, and maybe you want to hold on to them, and he gives 1 set back to Orvold. All these greedy people taking all this food. Poor old Orvold had none. That backpack is going to be on Fern, so I don't know if I can move that. We'll just ignore that that 2 there. Cool. Okay, so they've rested, and they are going to head towards... You wish to visit the Saurian huts or the path back to the home of the lizards. I think that's what we had in the vision. What's the difference between the Saurian huts and the home of the lizards? Yeah, I think it's the home of the lizards. So they're gonna head there. That was the morning. They rested for 6 hours, a quarter day, if you will. So we're going in at around lunchtime. And truth be told, I'll read the description, but I think what's going to happen is that we are probably close to wrapping up this stream. Yeah, I'll read this description and then we can go from there. So, home of the lizards, deep in, so they pick up all their stuff with their newfound gear. Oh, actually, before they go, they're going to look into her room, because we couldn't do that before. The back room of the inn is bedroom of Layla, so let's look in there. So the back room of the inn smells of dried meat, fat, and beer. This room has plenty of food rations for you to steal. The bedroom door is open. On the counter next to the bed lies a small cloth bag. Coins have fallen out. If you manage to get in here unnoticed, well, yes, because we've killed the only person in here. Find treasure of rations, water, 2d10 copper, and 1d12 silver coins. So let's do 2d10. That's not a d10. 2d10 copper. Well, those are pretty dice. And a 20. Let's go. Okay, so 20 copper and a d12 of silver coins. 20 copper and 11 silver. And we're just going to give those to Orval to hold on to. 20 and 11, did we say? So now he's got 12. That was easy. Nice. Then we're going to go to the Saurian village, which I'll read the description of and then probably wrap up the stream there. So, home of the lizards. We'll get it right this time. Deeper into the swamps, you find a dozen huts spread out on solid ground, or what solid ground there is. Imagine being able to read. So several walkways made from planks connect to the huts in what seem to be random pattern. Everything looks like it will fall apart at any second. A few lizard-looking humanoids can be seen scuttling about, fishing or cleaning pots. If they have noticed you, they seem to ignore it. Perhaps other travellers visit these parts sometimes. Further down a path, you see a larger hut. Tall and shaped like a pyramid, you can see that it is adorned with skulls of birds and other creatures and seems to be fortified with metal bars and stronger wood. It seems to have some significance to this village, as it is positioned further away. This is the large hut. There's a little picture of the village of E3. At the far end of this village stands a sturdy tower made of stone, several floors high. It is impressive compared to the huts. A bronze gong hangs above the door to the building. This is the tower, with a capital T for both. The village is lit by a few simple standing torches. The village has a total of 16 Saurian villagers and 2 patrolling guards at any given moment. So I'm going to wrap up the stream here, a little bit early, and then when we come back next time, which might be, I really don't know when it'll be, maybe Tuesday, which is TTRPG Tuesday, we will actually see what happens in this village. So it should be quite fun. But in the meantime, do remember to take a break, look after yourselves, and I hope to see you back next time. Don't forget, you can catch me over on YouTube as well, youtube.com/@careerbreakguy. But yeah, look after yourselves. See you around.